So I have a piece of scrap plywood here, so I'm gonna put out the thin, medium, thick, brown, and black. I'm gonna do it with the nozzle as normal, and then I'm going to put the small applicator tip on top of it, and then do a line right next to it. So the thin one, just as it says, is a really thin formula. You can kind of see it drip out already as I go. It's kind of the consistency of water, but flows freely. So this one is used a lot in wood turning as a finish. So woodworkers will use this as a way to basically put a thin cured layer of glue on the surface, and this is how you get a really glossy finish. And this one's gonna have the smallest margin for error just because it's harder to get air bubbles in it, because it spreads on so thin, there's not really anything to build up to create air bubbles in. I don't use this one a lot, but like I said, it does come in handy if you want like a thin, clear finish if you do some wood turning. So now I'm gonna put the applicator tip on. And this one, just because it's so thin, it may not make a big difference. You will see that it is harder to let it flow through. So it is gonna be a thinner path. It does kind of restrict the flow a little bit, so it's a little easier to control. So depending on what you're doing, it might be best to use the small applicator tip. So next up is the medium. So medium I use a lot in normal woodworking applications. So things like filling voids, little cracks and things like that, which I'll go over here in a few minutes. And I also use this when I use router templates to glue down the router template to the piece that I'm working on. So for the medium one, it is a little bit tougher to let it flow. You will see that one was much easier to control than the thin was. Just because it's a thicker viscosity, it's harder to let it flow, and you'll see that it's a lot more controllable. Now, if I do it with the applicator tip on, again, it's gonna take longer to actually flow through, but you can make that a very thin line. I find these applicator tips to be best when I'm working with small detailed items and small pieces for signs that I glue together, because it helps me control the flow a lot better. The most common one in my shop is the thick formula. So I use this a lot on my signs. And this one, just as the name implies, has the thickest viscosity out of all of these. But it's really easy to control the flow. It is gonna be a little thicker at the end of this, but it's not too much thicker than the medium one. And then if you use the applicator tip on this one, again, it's gonna be harder to flow, but you can get a really thin, and I don't even know if that showed up, but you can get a really thin line on that one, even thinner than the medium, just because the flow is that much more restricted. Then we come to the colored ones. So they make the brown and the black. So first up for the brown, you will see it looks kind of like coffee, maybe, with the applicator tip. Again, it's gonna go on slow and a little more fine detail. So this is a medium brown formula. So it is the same medium viscosity, just in a brown color. And then finally, I have a black one. So here, black is pretty much just as it implies. It's like a jet black color. And then if I put the applicator tip on, and you can see I've used this one before because there's CA glue built up on the edge. But then with the applicator tip, again, it's gonna be harder to let it flow, but you can get a really thin line however you need to. So this one is actually a medium thick formula, so it's kind of basically in between the medium and thick versions. So that's an overview of what they look like and the different kind of flow rates. I would say more often than not, the medium is a good go-to if you only want to try out one, because it's good for pretty much every project you're going to have in the garage. I will say thin is more if you're doing wood turning or things like that. Medium, I'd say, is the best all around if you're only going to have the one. Thick is best more for if you're assembling things together. So I've used this for children's toys. I've used this for my signs and other quick projects around the garage. Brown is more of if you want a color to try to match your wood. Keep in mind that it is a lighter brown color. And then black is good for filling voids and things like that as well.